Scotchy Bourbon Boys, raising some hell and making some noise. Yeah, we're the Scotchy Bourbon Boys. We're here to have fun and we hope you enjoy. We're here to have fun.
Let's look at audio mixer. Yep, we're talking on that. Yeah. Control start. We're recording. All right. Ready to go with that. Hit Facebook Live.
Here we go. 2, 1.
All right, we're live.
We are
Facebook.
live.
Let's see what happens. Let's go to the. There's going to be lots of bells and whistles tonight, folks. I don't know what it is, but for whatever reason, I'm a popular person, and
Greetings.
You got to change it because right now you're not in it. You got to slide it, point this way.
Or I have to scoop a chair.
Well, I don't. If you look at that, probably you want to still.
No.
I mean, you could scoot your chair over. Wait, watch. You can watch. Here it comes. But there, I mean, right now, the Bourbon Festival, I'll tell you when to just rotate it on the stand, just like spin. Okay.
Something like that.
All right. That looks better already.
No, because I just aimed
There you
for
go.
the other barrel.
So, yeah, no, that's much better. See?
Okay, perfect.
Now you're going
There,
to come
now
in.
I'm really here, not just half here.
Yeah, okay. Welcome everybody. This is Scotchy Bourbon Boy podcast of I'm going to save this to some groups. So
Facebook Live.
Yeah, we're Facebook Live. So hold on while I share it to some groups.
I'm holding on.
I'm going to share it to also I shared it to the Scotchy Bourbon Boys page. Now let's to the private group. I am going to try and do this as fast as possible, folks, okay? We haven't gone live on Facebook for a while, so everybody should actually want to chime in with us tonight. Hopefully we get some people watching. Remember, if you're watching this and you want to comment, the Jeffrey Mueller, my feed is where we pick up the comments. It's, that's if you want to be a part of this podcast. Well, I mean, we just have a lot of different groups that we could share to, lots to cover tonight. Tonight we are talking about Kentucky Bourbon Festival.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Inside of a month.
Yep, we're almost there. We're going to be there. There's a lot of stuff on it. We're going to cover it, what it takes. Tickets still available. Premium tickets still available. The things that are sold out are the VIP tickets. Both of those are sold out, and that just irritates the crap out of me what just happened. Oh, God. You get to... I don't know. Okay, let's start there. I'm probably double sharing onto this. I hope I'm not, but that should never have happened what happened. But, this is how things work in the... Cash chasers, bourbon. I mean, I wonder if you double share, the way I'm sharing, I'm going to get my ass handed to me by Facebook because someone's going to not want us to share, and then they're going to be like, you're sharing with too many groups that are telling you to fuck off. Oh, I just did it on the wrong one. Oh, God, I got to go to that one. I'm going to have to go there and unshare that real quick. That is not what I wanted to do. All right, let's go here. Oh, let's delete that. That is one. There it is. Let's see. He probably stops me from doing... there it is. Delete.
Yay.
Delete. Sorry, folks, in that whiskey. I'm not supposed to be doing that. Hey, you just saw me unscold myself. right? Wasn't that
Right, and you didn't get put in Facebook jail.
Well, no, he wouldn't get me in jail. He just kicked me out of his group because he asked me not to do that, and I promised him I wouldn't. So when you promise someone you wouldn't, post to their group and then you do,
Yeah,
because
it's that credibility thing.
yeah, because you just don't want to do that. All right, I know which. I went back and did it. All right, craft beverages. We're almost there, folks. We're sharing away, but tonight the podcast is on Kentucky Bourbon Festival. We're still here. Let's try. Okay. We don't have any. We'll be talking about some Elijah Craig, but we could Maker's Mark Ambassador because we got a lot of Maker's Mark here, and Kentucky Bourbon Festival. We are almost there. I can imagine. I'm just looking. We'll do that because it can't hurt. If it says Kentucky Bourbon something, I'm going to share it to it. Bourbon Bottle fans. Ooh, look, some more people came up to share.
Yay.
Whiskey reviews. We're almost at the bottom, folks. Here we go. I'll share it to my class reunion because go live in my class reunion. Okay, we got it. All right, we're shared. So,
Hey.
we're recording for YouTube. We are... I'm going to put this on. I'm ready to go for that. Let's see what we got here. We will, we already have one comment. I'm going to put this on. All right, let's get that. Let's get that turned down. And Bryce Rowan was watching tonight. Hey,
All
Bryce.
right.
It's
Hey,
good
Bryce.
Yep, we've got a link to the Kentucky Bourbon Festival also.
It looks like we've got...
Yeah, you're going to monitor that for now.
We've got Greg Snyder watching too, I believe.
I hope so. I mean, we love
Greg,
Schneider.
glad you could join us as always.
Greg, I saw a picture of Greg and Jolie this past post of those two of my favorite, one of my favorite people, Jolie Kasperzak and Greg Schneider, hanging out at. Greg had a tasting in Indiana, and Jolie showed up, so that was really kind of cool.
Matt Lison, is that how he says it?
Yes, actually, he is Cleveland Rocks. Good
nice.
guy. He posts a lot.
And of course, you said we got our buddy Bryce Rowan. Hi, Bryce. Glad you could join us.
All right, and then I am going to get ready to start. We're recording for YouTube. Tonight's podcast is going to be on the Kentucky Bourbon Festival. We've got some things to go over. I've got some information. Let me get this started up on, but let's just get this started for the actual audio podcast. The way that it works is that we're going to start it. There's going to be a 30-second delay while an ad plays that pre-records for the audio podcast that you won't hear. If you see it on YouTube, you're going to see it. But for Facebook Live people, there's going to be a 30-second delay while we start this recording, and then I get going to, let's just go and do this start countdown. There we go.
Dant Crossing, Gethsemane, Kentucky. Timeless hospitality that stirs the spirit. Dant Crossing is a one-of-a-kind destination for unforgettable weddings, memorable corporate events, day trips, and weekend getaways. The pastoral campus is anchored by Log Still Distillery and includes an amphitheater that seats 2,000, a 12-acre lake for fishing, and unique lodging options, creating an immersive experience that's rooted in the community and culture of our little slice of Kentucky. More attractions will open soon at Dant Crossing, including our 21,000 square foot distillery, which we will have the ability to produce 15,000 barrels of spirit each year, a network of wooded walking trails, fully functional private train depot, farm-to-table restaurant, and the Legacy, a premier wedding and events venue. Whether you're looking to host an event, book a stay, or reserve a tasting, we're ready to welcome you. Learn more at dantcrossing.com.
This is Alan Bishop, head alchemist at Spirits of French Lick. Be on the lookout for our brand new bottled and bond Solomon Scott rye whiskey. Made from a mash composed of 65% rye, 35% corn, and 5% victory malt. This 5-year-old 100 proof rye whiskey is a throwback to early 1800s style rye whiskeys of the Ohio Valley. Named after the legendary Daisy Spring Mill distillery owner turned moonshiner Solomon Scott of Paoli, Indiana. Remember, drink responsibly and never drink and drive.
but it's sure fun to watch. We love what we do, we're drinking every brew, and we talk some shit, but we're telling the truth. Yeah, we're the Scotchy Bourbon Boys, raising some hell and making some noise. Yeah, we're the Scotchy Bourbon Boys, we're here to have fun and we hope you enjoy. We're here to have fun.
That gets better every time I hear it.
Yeah, I've got the words memorized. Kenny Fuller, woo! Luca Mariano, Old Americana Band, and Kenny Fuller himself. He's been posting some things. Check him out on Facebook. He's just got a really good vibe going. Kenny did that for us. Like you said, every time we give him a shout out, check him out. I actually think that Kenny's got a bright career ahead of him, and I hope that we're doing something to help him, because he did that, and it's
pretty amazing.
Yeah, it's just like every time I hear it for the Scotchy Bourbon Boys, I just want to like flip out. It's just like bourbon. I can't believe it. It's just so much better than the actual podcast.
Yeah. Like, we're sorry for the letdown after the great opening theme.
Yeah, exactly. When I was working with him, I'm like a little bit of put some Mellencamp in it, and he just nailed the shit out of it. But there's no technical difficulties. There's nothing wrong with that. It's just
it's way too
perfect
for
and
us,
polished,
actually,
and we're just raw and fucked up on a regular basis. That's what that's about. I'm gonna get our Facebook up too. Just keep everybody. Now that we're Facebook Live. Oh, so it's just gonna. Now I gotta turn it back down. See, once again, just technically we always have issues, but it's not so much our technical equipment. Sometimes it is, right?
Right.
Sometimes the technical equipment just goes haywire, but other times it's just our brains. So hang in there. Thank you for watching the Scotchy Bourbon Boys tonight.
We got another person join us, Tony Rosansky.
Yeah.
Hi, Tony. Thanks for joining us.
Yeah, and tonight's podcast, what I've just decided, we're within a month of Kentucky Bourbon Festival. We're going to be, the Scotchy Bourbon Boys are going to be there in force every day at the festival. Podcasting, representing, going around, talking to people, just loving whiskey or bourbon. And tonight, what I want to do is, there are still those 3-day passes available. Tickets are available for the festival, and you got to come down and, say hi to us, because there is something for everyone there. And I've got the list tonight of the events that are happening. The different kind of things that that are going to be happening, what we're going to be going to. We've purchased our tickets for the different events that we want to go to, and then all the stuff that is leading up. But what I want to do first is, we're the Scotchy Bourbon Boys, www.scotchybourbonboys for everything Scotchy Bourbon Boys. Check everything out there. We have our awesome Glencairns. If you could see that, that's for the YouTube people. Now the audio people can, and then there's for Facebook Live. But at the same time, T-shirts and everything. And we have our Patreon program on there in the top right-hand corner. Click that, support us. We've done our first barrel pick. The Knob Creek barrel pick that's going to be out right now. We might have a select few more bottles left, but overall that barrel pick has been vouchered out.
It's been vouchered out. Not only was that the choice of the Scotchy Bourbon Boys, and a shout out to Carrie Sullivan in the Barrel Room, who made it all possible with us, and our great guides that were with us, but it was also met the approval and was the first choice of Sandy Noe, who we were privileged to have join us on that barrel pick.
Yeah, that was pretty. That was
awesome.
That was some pretty cool stuff. I don't know what happened here. Oh, that's what happened. But also, what are we looking at? Still some people, but yeah, welcome everybody for, for coming and watching. Feel free to comment. We're on Facebook. If you go to the Jeffrey Mueller Facebook page, you can comment. We'll see your comments. We'll see who's watching. But getting to what we got, and this is I'm Tiny. This is Xavier. We didn't even do our introduction tonight.
You're supposed to do it like this. You're
Tiny.
And you're supposed to come back to me and
you're who?
I forget. Oh, Xavier. Yeah, there you go.
Xavier.
That's why we didn't do it, because we don't remember half the time.
Yeah, but we don't even, we
don't even use the names. This is how lame we are.
Yeah,
we came up with aliases because we didn't want to use our real names on social media, and then we're so wasted that we end up calling each other by our actual names anyhow.
That's not it. That's what it was initially when we did the art podcast, which was I was looking at a while on YouTube. You could check that out, computerartband.com. That's a early us.
That was a very early us, and I think I was the one that was the first to use an alias there.
Well, you didn't. Yeah,
I was nervous about social media and whatnot.
Yeah, but now you're not. We just kept them because, I was Computer Artman. Now I'm Tiny because that was the nickname that I was always given, and it just made sense to do that. But also. Tonight we have some new members.
All right.
And you're supposed to be doing the new member thing.
Where do you have them posted at?
Well, on the Scotchy Bourbon Boys thing, as always.
They weren't there last week.
Oh, we didn't do new members last week because there weren't any.
That's so lame, Tiny.
No, it's not. We do it once a week, and last week we did it Monday, Tuesday.
We Jesus, we do it once a week, except when we don't. Yeah.
Well, but if there aren't any, you can't do it. It's just that simple. God damn it! I need some bourbon. I'm gonna fucking pour some because this is not going the way I wanted it to. So it's a little. I have the whole thing organized in my head, but
Hey, look! I've got a new members page.
Did you find it?
I haven't even had a drink yet. Yeah. Here we go. I have our new members. We have, and I'm going to put my glasses on so I don't.
So this is the old fucks reading.
Old fucks trying to read.
Yeah,
okay, this is a little bit better than the barrel labels, or the bottle labels. Jason Poljak, Anthony Prusek, Micah Smith, Scott Smart, Michael Hadley, and Casey Garrison. Welcome aboard, all of you, and thanks so much.
Yeah, Matt said he loves the Maker's bottles, and Greg says good evening. And tonight, what we want to do is we want to go over, we'll just keep going forward in the broke-ass podcast that we're doing. Yes, you found us on www.scotchybourbonboys, but you can find us on all social media. Facebook, which you're watching live right now, YouTube, which you can see soon, all the major podcast formats, Instagram, TikTok, and Twitter, the major podcast formats of Spotify, iHeartRadio, Amazon, you can ask Siri for Apple Podcasts, you can ask Alexa, you can get played, so, just make sure
you can find us, we're not hiding.
Wherever you listen, like, comment, and subscribe. Please, all those are very important to us. So, I kind of got all that through. We got the thing.
You actually did that very well.
Well, I don't know if it was well, but it got done, right? So one of the cool things about Kentucky Bourbon Festival, it's September 16th through 18th, like I said. The 3-day pass tickets are available. Right now, the VIPs are sold out. They had 2 VIP packages which sold out right away, but the tickets are there. And one of the cool things about the tickets this year is that on all 3 days, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, all the samples come with the ticket price. Last year there was a bracelet and you had to buy, I believe it was 5 tickets for $25. Some of the samples were 2 tickets. Some of them were 1 ticket, and people were, doing the ticket thing. But in reality, this year, and the price of it at the time was Ooh, we got Super Nash joined us.
Super Nash.
He's sipping on some Penelope White Label, which we'll get to that in a little bit.
Awesome.
But what on those tickets this year, it's all inclusive. I mean, you are going to be able to, those 3 days, when you're there, sample from, I believe, now I counted on the website 47, but I believe there are 50 different whiskey vendors there this year. If Randy's watching, he could correct me, but I think he actually said, if it's coming off my, and now I can just name a few because I have them, I believe. Let's see, that's there. Somewhere I had them. Oh my God, I did. I was at KentuckyBourbonFestival.com. And now I'm not. Nope, right here. Maybe this is it. Maybe this is where they were. Let's see.
There we go.
Yes, our proud distillery partners. And let's just go through them of what you're going to be able to sample. The Bardstown Bourbon Company, the James B. Beam Distilling Company, the Heaven Hill Distillery, the Four Roses, E.J. Curley and Company, Maker's Mark, Preservation Distillery, Rabbit Hole, Old Forester, RD1, Kentucky Owl, Woodford Reserve, Angel's Envy, Barrel Craft Spirits, Buffalo Trace, Bullet Bourbon, Green River, Log Still Distillery, Lucky 7, Lux Row, Michter's, sorry about that, that's an old slip up right there, Wilderness Trail, Wild Turkey, Barrel House Distilling Company, Bluegrass Distillers, Blue Note, I'm looking forward to that, I love Blue Note, Broken Barrel, Boone County, Chicken Cock Whiskey, woo! There you go, Mr. Craig Schneider, the master distiller there, we look forward to that. Castle and Key, Jethro Creed, Neely Family Distillery, Royce and Rebecca, New Riff, Limestone Branch, Luca Mariano. Woo!
All right.
Jennifer Brandt was engaged earlier this week.
Congratulations
to
Jennifer. That's
and
awesome.
Then you've got Kenny doing everything for us as far as, that's through there. And you can't, Francesco, just an amazing owner and
great guy.
Just what they're doing.
One of the many
with that
great
brand.
owners / distillers that we have the privilege of being
New
associated
Lou.
with.
Proof and Wood, Penelope, which I just was on a barrel pick last Thursday with, now it's going to be Danny Palisi. I got it right. He was the master blender, and Matt Ward was their rep and had a great time.
Oh.
And then they came up to the barrel room and we did a tasting
that was
up there.
Thursday night.
Yep.
And that was just a fun time. Once again, thank you to Carrie Sullivan.
Yes, of the barrel room. Yes.
Yep.
Wonderful. Just keep doing partnered thing, making the barrel room a place to
Got to
go.
Got to meet those guys. Got to see one of our old new buddies, Chris Thompson.
Yes, which he supplied one of the Maker's Marks that we'll talk about.
Oh,
here.
fantastic.
So then we got Pinhook, Peerless Distilling, Kentucky Peerless Distilling, sorry. Old Ingram River Aged, Old Stillhouse Distillery, Three Chord, Town Branch, Pensive Pursuit Spirits, which is Kenny Coleman and Ryan Cecil, and then Lexington Brewing and Distilling Company.
Wow, that's quite a lineup.
Yeah, that's the. Would you? Oh, come on! What just happened? Good
You
thing.
made it go away.
Yeah, just the distiller's roll. Maybe it's right here. Yeah, there. It's not gone. But that's a huge lineup. We're just super excited. When you go through, they're all going to be there. They're all going to be sampling. I mean, James, what Jim Beam's going to be sampling, or Four Roses. And then that brings us to the special. There's the special events that happen in there, and then we'll go over that in a couple seconds. But then there's the 22 barrel picks for this year on the Kentucky Bourbon Festival, and One, you know, they did Two Knob Creeks. They did, you know, revisited Maker's Mark again. They had Rabbit Hole, Penelope. I mean, New Riff. I was on that pick. Elijah.
You've been on about 8 barrel picks, haven't you?
No, I was only at 3 for Kentucky Bourbon Festival this year.
Okay.
The 3 that I got the honor to be on, and honestly, it's an honor to be on a pick for the Kentucky Bourbon Festival. You are picking for one of the premier world bourbon festivals, the bourbon that people are going to want to drink and taste and buy while they're there. Now, the really cool thing about Kentucky Bourbon Festival is, compared to last year, is one, they're going to have Justin's House of Bourbon Bottle House open all 3 days. Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. They will section off. Then the distilleries, based off of everything, can sell the bottles there. They can pick and choose what they want to sell there. So you are going to be able to purchase bottles of whiskey as a collector, as a bourbon festival thing, and get some of the best bourbon in the world right there while you're there. Plus, you can sample it before you freaking buy it. Now, I don't know how much is going to be available up at the time, you know what I mean? I don't know what's actually going to be, what they're going to sell or what they're not going to sell, but I know the 22 barrel picks that happened this year. Now, I was on the Elijah Craig barrel proof pick with Connor O'Driscoll and Justin Thompson of Justin's House of Bourbon, Randy Prossi, and forgive me, there was one more person. She works for the Bourbon Review magazine in Kentucky, but it's just, that's not there right now. But we went on that pick and picked a fantastic barrel from there. And then also we went on a pick, I went on the pick with Wilderness Trail. Now, Wilderness Trail was with Randy, Justin, myself, and then Macaulay Minton is their barrel selection committee leader. He's the one that puts out the barrels, and we picked a fantastic barrel for Wilderness Trail. And then last but not least, I went on the New Riff pick with Randy, and I want to say, it's Artie. He's the guy from Artie 1, which is Registered Distillery 1, and I know his name, and it's just eluding me. You know, once again, Tiny sucks at names. Anybody out there, if whatever.
You don't see us jumping forward to say, "Here, let me do that."
No,
so
no.
You do already.
No, but there's about 14 different names that come to my mind, and I'm just not going to throw them out there. But we did that pick for New Riff. And
I just have a question.
It's right over there. That's one of the things I wanted to, it's that white bottle. Yep. Yes, what's your question?
How did you end up with a pour and I don't?
Because you didn't ask for one when I actually went for it, because I was having a lot of technical brain difficulties, and if you noticed, I gotten a lot better, since that.
Since you've had a sip, yeah.
Yeah, since I had a sip. So this New Riff pick, here it comes. You're getting a little New Riff, my friend.
I'm getting some New Riff, okay.
This is the barrel pick. Now, I hit this up just the other day. Chris Thompson stopped in before we went to the thing, and I gave him a little bit of this pick. And honestly, in the bottle, after a little bit of time, it really is delicious. It was a good pick. I actually texted Randy that was a good pick that we did. I was in agreement now about a month later. But the nose on it is good. That's pretty good.
It is.
Get a little bit of apple, red apple, a little bit of vanilla, a little bit of caramel.
You get a lot of caramel up front and a subtle apple fruit taste, which goes to a tartar taste of side and back palate.
But not to like a bitter.
No, it's not bitter, but it definitely gets a little to the, how do you say, bitier side.
Yeah, a little bit. It's New Riff. I mean, honestly, that is a really good pick for who, people, there's a lot of people who like New Riff, and this is a pretty damn good pick. So anyways, so you got those barrel picks that are going to be sold every day at the festival, 22 of them. It's going to be so hard to choose. I mean, I can tell you honestly, from
Tiny's
the
going to
bottom,
run a U-Haul trailer.
No, from the bottom of my heart, I'm not walking away with 22 picks. I'm just not.
I'll believe
That's
that
a
when I
lot.
see it.
No. I know which ones. The one pick that I really want will be the chicken cock. Greg Schneider, that is the first ever barrel pick. I might even try and pick up 2 of those bottles and have Greg sign one and just put it up. Because it's the first ever chicken cock barrel pick. Maybe, that bringing that brand back and having that first ever barrel pick is pretty cool. So, I was on those 3 we just talked about, and that barrel pick's pretty good. And see that bottle right up there on the up there. That's a whole nother bottle of this, so I was able to get something decent out of the pick to start off, so I could just keep remembering. So then, another pick from last year that we're going to be tasting is last year's Maker's Mark. And I believe yes. This one is the Bourbon Capital of the World. It is signed by Denny Potter. I'll show everybody that. We got a signed bottle when we picked up this one. This one was and this one has I was ready for this because, old men trying to read labels is a horrible thing.
Bad blend of.
But this is 3 baked American puree, 4 Maker's Mark 46, 1 roasted French Mediant, M-E-D-M-E-A-T, Mediant, 1 French Mediant stave, and 2 toasted French spice staves. So this is 110.7, 55.35, and it was May 2021 when it was bottled and sold last year.
14 months ago.
But the one that came out with the state of Ohio had 10 French Mediant staves and Mediant.
Okay.
Mediant.
I've never heard of that.
But we are going to be drinking tonight the Maker's Mark. I'll give you a little bit of this. This is the barrel pick from last year. And this one I looked forward to. It was like their premier pick once again. You could see that for Facebook. You can see that Bourbon Capital of the World, Bardstown, Kentucky. That was the pick for the festival. So that was really kind of a cool one. So let's give that one a try. But these picks are coming again. We're going to be doing these. They're going to be available to everybody out there. And that's one of the really cool things. So while we're sipping on this, I want to go over what actually else is going to be happening at there is so much that happens. Okay, so Wednesday at the festival actually soft opens, I would say, at the Bardstown Bourbon Company Wednesday at 1 p.m. It's equipped and ready to cocktail. So it's a purchased event that you would buy, and then they go over cocktails and that kind of thing. It's funny because I got 2 emails. I'm not going to go, and then I'm just going to go over what there is. So then Thursday at 1 o'clock are 2 things at the Bardstown Bourbon Company. Again, tasting whiskey past and present. And then the other one is the Discovery Series Deconstructed. Both happening at 1 and 2:30 at the Bardstown Bourbon Company. It's still the soft opening. But the actual opening, which there are still tickets for, I just checked online, is Thursday at 6 p.m., Bourbon in the Air. You don't want to miss this. If you're going down for the festival, these tickets are what you want. You 100% want them, right? Because this one is all the master.
Are there still tickets available for Bourbon in the Air, or is it sold out?
No, I just went over I checked the website.
There's still more.
Yeah, I just checked the website before the podcast, and they are still
Okay.
available for Bourbon in the Air. So you want to go to this. The reason why you want to go to this is because it's like the festival, but instead of samples that are regular, regular samples of the bourbon, and maybe here or there a little bit higher end, type samples from all 50 booths. This is the night that the master distillers, the head distillers, all the people come out to run their booth. Last year, Steve Nally was pouring at Bardstown Bourbon Company. Brent Elliott was at Four Roses.
Yep.
You can meet the distillers, and they'll pour you their special pours. We had the limited edition Four Roses 2021 with Brent Elliott. That's the only time I drank that, and it was delicious drinking with him. So it's an event with 50 distilleries all pouring some of their best bourbon that they have. I think the Fernand one from Bardstown Bourbon Company, that Fernand's, that's what it is. And they were pouring that all night long. I mean, it's just a really cool thing. Now, Friday, 12:30, the Bardstown Bourbon Company opens, not the Bardstown, but the festival opens up. The bourbon opener with the Bardstown Bourbon Company, that's at 12:30. All these are purchased additional tickets. Then there's the Cocktail Creations, the Bitters Truth, which is 12:30. Then Cooking with Bourbon with Chef Ueda Michael, that's at 2. 3:30, it's finished. A deep dive into secondary barrel finishing. It's a event. Then that was Friday. Let's see, Saturday. Wait a second. Oh my God. Okay, so what it was there. All right, I'll just keep Friday. So I guess I have to go to the other. I think I do have the other. I have one more. It should be right here. No. Is it right here? No. Damn it. All right. Oh, that's not, is that? Yeah. Hold on. I can come up here. Sorry, folks, but I'll just do this. Here's the ticket update. Okay, the bourbon opener, the bourbon engagement. Okay, so that was it. Friday, I was reading those, and it was the bourbon opener, and then there was Friday at 4:30, the bourbon engagement with the James B. Distilling Company.
James B.
Right, James B. Beam Distilling Company. And we are going to that.
Yes, we are.
We've got tickets to that. We're excited about going to that. And then Saturday, again, the bourbon opener at 12:30. It's Taste Through History with Old Forester. Then the original works of bourbon at Rabbit Hole. Then Saturday at 4:30, the original works of bourbon, Rabbit Hole happy hour with food. And then Sunday, the bourbon Benedictine and bourbon, which is the end of Kentucky Bourbon Festival. Now we'll drop back down. Those are some of the premium drinking and eating events. And then I believe, let's go over, we were doing that Friday. We had cooking, and then finished Friday. It's finished a deep dive into, yes, we talked about that. And then Saturday is Friday at 5 o'clock, the mash hour. Oh, look, isn't that ridiculous? There's the Saturday engagement again. Like it wasn't there.
It's on Friday.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, it's on Friday, right?
Right.
It says Saturday at 4:30.
Where does it say Saturday at 4:30?
What does that say? Saturday 4:30, purchased with Jim Beam. then Friday, and then you come up here.
I thought it was on Friday. Actually.
Hold on, we're gonna go here.
Doesn't matter, but
No, it's on Friday, because Saturday, oh, there's a bourbon. Wait a second, what just happened? It's Saturday. Wait, right? Doesn't that say Saturday at 4:30, original works? No, that's, what is going on?
there's the
There's
bourbon.
Friday, 4:30, bourbon engagement, right?
Okay, yeah. So the
And then when I come down here, anyways, it's Friday. I'm
It's
pretty
Fri-
sure.
yeah.
If it, I hope
That's
it-
strange.
maybe it's. Wait. Okay, there's the opener with Old Forester. What the fuck? It's a fucking emails are like going crazy. It's just like, holy crap. It's like, that's pretty good. So, granted, go to the Kentucky Bourbon Festival, KYBourbonFestival.com, and if you buy your tickets for the 3-day pass, you will then have access to these events. These special events, folks, are for people who have tickets already. You gotta have tickets. You gotta have your tickets, and these are add-ons. So these awesome add-ons make Kentucky Bourbon Festival amazing, right?
They do.
So are we getting any more comments?
No, I haven't seen any new ones. At least my screen hasn't refreshed.
Well, you were just seeing the old ones.
Yeah.
Okay.
I could have said we're just seeing the old ones,
Okay.
but I said we're not seeing any new ones.
Well, it's
kinda
just
the
said-
same thing.
Okay, so visit us, visit the distilleries, come down the events. There's live music. You'll get to hopefully see Kenny Fuller perform the Scotchy Bourbon Boys.
That would be awesome.
Yeah, we're hoping for that, and so what we'll go back a little bit onto these. What the hell's going on? What do I got? How?
You poured yourself 2 pours.
What do you mean? Here we go. What's this?
Look at both of your hands. What do you mean? What do you mean? Huh? What?
That's tastes like whiskey. Let's see. Oh. I love Maker's Mark. That is a good pick. Did you try that?
I don't remember. I think I have.
Yeah, that's what
I have
it is.
New riff here.
No, we don't. No. I gave you the Maker's Mark. You drank the new riff. I gave you that. That's pretty good.
No, that's not Maker's Mark. That's not Maker's Mark.
Yes, it's.
I don't think you. If you poured it in there, I still had some new riff in there because it doesn't taste like Maker's Mark.
I don't believe you. You're just getting more of this barrel pick out of
Just
me.
a little. I don't need that much.
That's Maker's Mark. Now you saw that. That's the barrel pick. Now taste it. And taste if it tastes the same.
No, see, that's Maker's Mark. It's got the Maker's Mark nose, which is unmistakable.
It's amazing what suggestive marketing can do to someone's palate.
It's not suggestive marketing. I was the one, if you remember the first blind taste test we had, I got the Maker's Mark right.
Oh, I have it on video. Y'all, everybody thought they got it.
No, I got Maker's Mark right. Go back and play it.
I will. And then
When
I'll-
we did the first one upstairs
yeah, I
a
have
year
it.
ago,
No, what are you talking?
actually 2 years ago.
No, 3.
No, it wasn't 3. It was after we'd been to Kentucky Bourbon
Okay,
Festival.
okay, 2 years and 10 months, closer to 3. But it was that long ago.
Whatever.
But whatever, I still
This
have
is Maker's.
Just so you know, of course it's Maker's. You saw the bottle and you saw.
Yeah, but I know how you operate.
But the first one was.
It could have been ice fucking
The
tea.
first one
I
was
mean-
was Maker's too.
No, it wasn't. I
Yeah.
was still drinking my Peerless.
Okay, your new riff, but
But
you did
new
the new
riff, I'm
riff, and I
sorry.
took both the.
I was
pit
drinking whatever
glasses
my
and-
non-Maker's was. Now this is Maker's.
Well-
If you top me off, there might have been still some Peerless in there that, or not, or God bless it, new riff in there that was influencing my taste buds.
I'm trying. Holy crap, that's a good one.
Mm-hmm.
Good pick. It really finishes caramely. Like a ton of caramel. Alright. So, these picks that you're going to get, everybody's going to have a shot at. I mean, 22 bottles that you can buy right there is a pretty cool
Pretty
thing.
amazing.
So, Kentucky Bourbon Festival's coming up. we're going to be there. So stop by, say hi at the booth. We have all our merchandise available for purchase there. So you'll see so many different vendors, people that make signs, people that make pillows. I mean, anything that you can make. There's bourbon syrup, minor food, different types of food
Don't
products.
forget our buddy Old Man Bay and his
Yes,
craft.
and your head's right in front of you. You should probably duck. There you go. That's Old Man Bay, which is Matt Bay. He makes signs. He made that for us. We picked that up at Kentucky Bourbon Festival last year. So make sure that you check that out also. So
Nice.
let's get into. We only got a couple more to taste. I did want to go. All right, so let's do a week in review. Last week, we did our couple podcasts. I went to, on Thursday, we skipped the podcast day because I went down to Dublin, Ohio, right in a little part right outside of Columbus, correct?
Right?
And it's a nice little town, town street, hall kind of thing with coffee shops. And I believe I went to the, what was it called? I'm not even going to try, but we met down there in Dublin, and Penelope was there, and they had 9 different barrels to choose from for the state of Ohio. And Penelope purchases MGP barrels out of Indiana, and then they bring them back or samples back to New Jersey. Michael Palladini and Danny.
Starts with a P.
Wait,
3 syllables.
I know it's less.
Police.
Polisi, thank you. There it is. Once again, Danny, you explain this to me. I've said it a million times. I said it earlier in this, but Danny Polisi and Matt Ward were there. Michael was not there, but Michael's founder, and the bourbon is named after his first daughter, Penelope. So that's how that works. And we did the barrel pick. Ann Dimmick was there, and just names the rest of the people. Her boss was also there, and I want to say it's Lorraine, but you know what? I am just, as I go along, I'm getting more and more confident of the names of the people. Kevin was there. Kevin, don't have his last name, but Kevin has been inviting me to the Ohio barrel picks, and that one was a fun one to be a part. We picked 9 of the barrels, and there was toasted oak, barrel proof, and they had a few of the what would you say, finished barrels. So it was a unique experience. When you pick for the Kentucky Bourbon Festival, you're picking 1 barrel. When you're picking for OHLQ, you're picking for the whole state. You're not picking for a festival, 200 and some bottles per barrel. You're picking for millions, probably almost 1 million people, or maybe, let's say at least 750,000 people drink bourbon in Ohio, out of the 11 million that, I think, it's like between Cincinnati, Columbus, Akron, Canton, and Cleveland, there's an awful lot of people in the state of Ohio. But I think it's 11 million total, isn't it? Something like that.
I was thinking that the population of Ohio was 18 million, but I may be wrong.
Or maybe it dropped to 16 million now. But whatever, you're picking for the whole state. And that's a whole different ball game to do. And it's kind of fun to do both, So that's a lot of fun. But afterwards, Danny and Matt came up with us to the barrel room, and we had a tasting at the barrel room with about 50 people.
Yep.
So, woo! We had an event that I felt had the attendance that I always was hoping It took us a little bit of time to get there. I hope we can keep doing it.
Yep.
But there was glassware for the first 30 people. We tasted the white label. We tasted the third category was the architect.
Right.
And then we tasted Architect 2, and we tasted Barrel Proof, and we tasted Toasted Oak and the White Label. Four different expressions.
And Architect were they all were delicious, but the Toasted Oak and Architect stand out the most.
Right, so we want to thank
simple little mind
Penelope for a wonderful day, hanging out with the Scotchy Bourbon Boys, and
and Carrie Sullivan for hosting.
Yes, and the Barrel Room. I mean, the Barrel Room has been a wonderful endeavor, and here's to future endeavors with Carrie and other distillers and also the state of Ohio. All right, so that was pretty good.
That was.
So I got my Luca Mariano there. You want some Luca
And
Mariano?
of course I do. Is this the bourbon or the rye?
There you go. This is the bourbon.
Oh, you prick.
But isn't that what you said before? I had to make it look like you actually got some, but you weren't supposed to get any.
Not the Luca Mariano. That's good.
The Luca Mariano pick, we've talked about this before. This is the pick for Kentucky Bourbon Festival. That's for you at YouTube or Facebook Live, and there's YouTube. But you can see it's got the 2021 Kentucky Bourbon Festival. It is signed by Francesco Viola. And this pick, we've said it before, it was a rainy, cold, dreary day. We went for the pick. There was a lot of different things that were happening, but what we ended up picking, and then what ended up in the bottle, I think they put what we picked, but I don't remember it like I do. And this
stuff
day,
kicks ass and takes names. It's incredible.
I was like, I opened this bottle last March, your bottle, and then I had to get into my bottle because I think your bottle's gone.
That ship sailed.
Even to now, to this point, that's French toast with butter and syrup.
It is awesome. I'd like to get a taste test with some of the really high-end stuff in this, a blind taste test, and I got to believe the majority would pick this one. It's really awesome bourbon.
There it is. I mean, it's got that toasted, and then it's sweet like syrup and
It's
butter.
sweet, and it has a good blend of the toasted taste, but there's no bitterness, and it's got an even taste all the way through from nose to finish. And that's what I like in my simple-minded method of.
Now, one
making a bourbon.
of the other cool things for the Kentucky Bourbon Festival was High Gold from Rabbit Hole. This year's Kentucky Bourbon Festival pick is my favorite. It's Cave Hill. I will be walking out with one or two of those Cave Hills. I really will. But what's really cool is they have this awesome freaking artwork. I was able to get a Mad Hatter, but they had Alice going down the rabbit hole. They had the rabbit. They had many different ones. But this High Gold, now I really hadn't had too much High Gold coming into, the festival. I wasn't excited because I really never had it. But this, and there's not much left. And I'm glad Kentucky Bourbon Festival is coming because the Cave Hill one I will be picking up. But here we go.
Give me an eye drop.
And speaking of Rabbit Hole, I saw that Adam Edwards. Adam Edwards left Rabbit Hole. He's on a new endeavor.
Good. I just want to.
You're happy he's leaving Rabbit Hole?
No, I'm glad that you just gave me a little bit of that. I just want a small taste. I gotta not kill myself.
Well, we're not trying to kill anybody.
Yeah.
We'll just finish off those two bottles of.
Makers.
Yeah, that's
call it a night.
So there's two up there that we're gonna do real quick as soon as we're done with this one, and it's Ohio does. Let's do the rabbit hole. Cheers.
Cheers.
I'm gonna put this one down like. I like that. Barrel picks last year from Kentucky Bourbon Festival were amazing. The ones now I was on the Knob Creek one, which my bottle's gone, except for my one bottle that I'm keeping forever because that was my first ever barrel pick. That bottle was exceptional. So there's a lot of people who knew I was on that pick, so they're hoping that the Scotchy Bourbon Boys or the Barrel Room Scotchy Bourbon Boys select pick is going to be right up there with that one, and I'm pretty sure it is. But since with that said, we got a special treat from, I promised you, Chris Thompson. He gave me a sample of the crispy, this was marshmallow crispy. So let's taste that. And then I've got last year's, right here. And that one was from what we got. This one is the one we got that I dipped at Maker's Mark, the toasted marshmallow. I picked it up toasted marshmallow. So I wanted to do the crispy first. Did you do yours? Let's see. We'll take that sample of the crispy, which is a marshmallow.
Just a little.
Yeah, we're just
good.
This is good. I mean, it's just a little bit. I'm not pouring from there. All right, here we go. Let's see what this Maker's crispy marshmallow.
Oh no, that's good. That's real good.
Did you get a Rice Krispie? Yeah. The end has a Rice Krispie treat taste to it. The finish, right? It's a little smoky. It's almost like a burnt crispy marshmallow. Crispy Rice Krispie. But there's a little bit of smoke. You get a little bit of smoke.
A little.
A little bit of char, not smoke.
Well.
All right. So the last thing we're gonna do. That was from the state of Ohio. That was one of their barrel picks. Another barrel pick they did was this Crumble coffee cake, which is amazing. Glad I picked that up. They also did the stave. How do you say that? The Mendiant
or something
The
like that.
Mendiant stave.
I'll have to look at the spelling of that.
Basically has 10. That's the bottle right there. French Mendiants. That's not front. It's right there. All right, I'll pour the toasted marshmallow. It's the roasted
French Mendiant.
right there, roasted French Mendiant.
Well, I was looking for it right
Don't
there.
look at it right there. That's the name of it. It's actually 10 staves of the same stave. It's rare that they ever do anything like that.
Mendiant.
So that's one cool thing. You're finishing your All right, this is it. Now tell me what you think of Maker's Mark toasted marshmallow barrel. That's it. If you're gonna have that much, we're done now. Just you made it. I probably gave you half a glass total. Cheers.
Cheers.
This is the toasted marshmallow. Not as good.
No, it's not as good as what Chris sent us.
The crispy marshmallow had the char's there in both, right? Like a charred marshmallow, and the marshmallow's there, but the what Chris sent finishes,
Sweet. Whereas this flattens out.
or this chars out, like
Whatever, yeah.
You still got the char aspect. So yeah, state of Ohio's been doing some good picks, and I think they're one of the few states that's doing picks for a whole state. So I guess, Mr. El Presidente is watching. Hello.
Hi, Randy. Thanks for
Good to
joining
see
us.
you. We went over Kentucky Bourbon Festival.
Ad nauseum.
Was there anything that we didn't know that Randy should should be what he should be answering for us?
Maybe he can clarify whether the Jim Beam event is on Friday or Saturday.
Yeah,
Because there was conflicting information on the website, or maybe cached pages, whatever we were running up against.
I do believe it's Friday because that's what my wristbands were saying. But the one email that came out, one said Friday, one said Saturday. So it was just we wanted clarification for that. And then hey Randy, I just saw his thing and. Thanks for joining us. We were just talking about the different barrel picks. Let's ask Randy, did you have a favorite barrel pick, or were they all the same because you're the president and they're all good? It's Friday at 4:30 to 6. It is Friday, like we thought. So
Okay,
that's
thanks,
good
Randy.
to know. Thanks. And then we were just going over a couple of last year's picks that we thought were delicious. The Maker's Mark, the Luca Mariano, and the Rabbit High Gold. 22 picks in all this year, so the bottle shop will be open all 3 days. So just get ready.
Yep.
This is going to be wild.
Oh, Beam is doing an event at the kitchen table on Saturday, is what Randy's saying.
Ah.
Okay, thanks for clarifying, Randy. Also, Chris Thompson has joined us. Hi, Chris. We're really enjoying crispy marshmallow that you sent up.
Yes.
Good
That
stuff.
was better than the Maker's Mark toasted marshmallow. So we wanted to put that up against there, and we did that tonight.
Crispy marshmallow won out. That was delicious.
I wonder what would happen if you mixed them together. Chris says, "Feel like I was just there." You were just there, Chris.
You were just there. That was an awesome time Thursday night, and I was glad you were able to join us for a late bite afterwards.
Yeah, and then Randy said distilleries are selling bottles too. We had covered that. We weren't exactly sure how that was going to work. Yep, that we covered the sampling and the bottles. The ticket that you purchased, that 3-day ticket, includes all the samples from all the distilleries. And then all the distilleries are selling bottles or can sell bottles. Some might not be able to. And then also, they also are going to be, the bottle shop with Justin's House of Bourbon will be opened all 3 days. Very, very, very exciting. Don't be sorry. Better late than never. Cheers, El Presidente.
Cheers, Randy. Can't wait to see you.
So yeah, we covered a lot. We covered the events that the different special events we went through, the pairings and the mixing. You know, all the what would you say, the mixed cocktail mixing classes and that type of thing.
Food pairing.
That's all
and that,
coming
yep.
covered. The VIP is sold out, and that one more time. Yes, you are planning a festival in 29.25 days. We are super excited about it.
You know, and I'll tell you what, you haven't had the definition of busy unless you're Randy Prassy inside of a month of Bourbon Fest. And I can't believe you found the time to join us tonight, Randy. We really appreciate it.
Yeah, that's just it's amazing what you've been doing, what you put together, and then how much is going to happen. I'm just so looking forward to what that's going to be. We are pumped. We even added what's really fucked up is that we added an extra day. So we're going to be coming down Saturday the 10th, the week before Kentucky Bourbon Festival, and we've got a lot of stuff. We're hopefully going to have a barrel pick with Spirit of French Lick. We're going to do a bus tour. Then the festival starts, and then we're at the festival. But Saturday, September 9th, we purchased VIP tickets to a Canton, Ohio Bourbon Festival.
Yeah, we're actually hitting a pre-bourbon bourbon festival.
Right. So that should be. Yeah, I gave you a better warning than any other. I mean, this is the Scotchy Bourbon Boys. What would you say? This is the Scotchy Bourbon Boys Kentucky Bourbon Festival, where we talked about it. We kind of were, going over the stuff, going over everything, just the two of us. But we would love to have El Presidente, Randy Prossi, on one more time before the festival to promote it, so that
promote everything that we've forgotten or otherwise screwed up.
right, so that it's on task. Maybe a half-hour one where basically he just covers everything,
or as
he wants
much
to
time
cover.
as he can afford.
But
to
I mean,
give us.
you've got the distillers going to be on stage. You've got you've got your main stage. Oh, he says anytime.
You're awesome, Randy.
Because Randy, you're not too busy, right?
Yeah.
Right.
He's just twiddling his thumbs with nothing to do. And if you believe that, I've got some swampland in Florida to sell you.
So anyways, we're excited about it. It's coming up. It's just festival season. I'm hoping for a week like we had up here in Ohio this past week. 60 degrees in the morning.
75 to 80 at the most
Yes.
in the evening. A cool breeze blowing. It was beautiful weather.
Yeah, right now it is 68
We've
degrees.
come down to Kentucky for Bourbon Festival twice, and we have baked. I mean, we have absolutely baked. And there's it's like in the high 90s.
We expect to bake, but it would be nice
Yeah.
if we got a little cool off down there.
Yeah. I'll tell you what, we had the VIP passes last year, and the best part of the VIP was not the food and the drinks, it was the air conditioning. I mean, that was just unbelievable.
Well, this
how hot it
year,
was.
the VIP is going to be a large air-conditioned tent. I'm looking forward to...
Yeah, you don't have to ride the elevator in Spalding Hall.
Right. But it's going to be... it's going to be a lot, what would you say, more spacious.
It's going to be more spacious,
yeah.
it's going to be more convenient.
He's like, just wait.
Yeah.
I can't.
We can't wait, Randy. That's the point. It's
yes,
like
exactly.
we're like a couple of kids waiting for Christmas morning.
We decided to do this podcast because we're like, oh my God, what can we do to make this come faster? Get faster. Go, right?
Faster.
As Ricky Bobby says, if you're not first, you're last.
Something like that.
Exactly. So anyways, that brings us, we're pretty much, Buffalo Trace 1792 Blanton's is the VIP sponsors. I had no idea. Really? Oh, Buffalo Trace 1792 are the VIP. That should make for some good bourbon in the VIP tent. That's 100% sure. I mean, that's the cool thing about it. Randy he's just confirmed that today. So you're hearing
that's an
about
exclusive, folks.
that on the podcast, but also that's the cool part of what keeps happening. Okay, so Randy, is it 50 distilleries that are going to be represented? Last year it was 1792. So it's total 22 barrel picks and 50 craft and regular distillers that are going to be there having booths. Is that right? Was 50 correct, or is it? I believe on the website right now it's 47. Maybe you can specify. I think you did specify that earlier on the podcast, but 48 distilleries. So there you go. 48 total distilleries. I mean, you get to taste 48 different bourbons over 3 days. I mean, you could spread that out, so that you.
I think that's 16 bourbons a day, actually.
Yeah, but I mean, hopefully, it's like just bring your Glencairn and just have them keep filling it up, right?
Right, exactly.
So it'll be really interesting. Okay. Yeah, they're lost for sure. But it's Angel's Envy. He said Angel's Envy pulled out. But when you think about it, why would Angel's Envy even be in it? Because they're not bourbon. They're just...
Ooh, a shot across the bow
But
there.
it's true. I mean, they don't make bourbon. They have Kentucky straight bourbon finished in port wine casks. They don't even make rye. Straight rye whiskey in port wine casks. Finished. It's finished bourbon. I mean, I don't mind.
But there's a lot of us that enjoy Angel's Envy, so we're sorry to see him go. Yeah.
Wait, but at the same time, I don't mind finished bourbon from a company that makes bourbon, but where... Oh, that's, you just mentioned the devil. Bourbon and Beyond has them. Oh, yeah, because I'm not going to say anything, but their lineup, I was going over the lineup, and I don't know. I mean, I've seen past lineups of Bourbon and Beyond, and I mean, when pretty much everybody your main staging is from the 90s, I mean, it's got a lot to be desired. There's no doubt. When you're talking about Pearl Jam, and I mean, you're just not talking about. I'm just not excited about Bourbon and Beyond. And then told them we didn't want the barrel. So did you? So did they pull out and then say you didn't want the barrel, or did you say you didn't want the barrel after you did the barrel pick? So we're down. Oh, let's see. No participation, no barrel pick. Oh, yeah. Oh,
Wow.
I agree. So I guess that's going to be interesting how that works. It was after. Yeah, I agree. How do they pull? That is, but that is the world today, correct? Yep. So anyways, so we're at 48 participants and 21 barrels, I guess. That's what it's down to, 21 barrel picks. So, all right, here he goes. I'm still reading away. The barrel costs more than their fees to be in. All right. Woo. All right, so I guess that we've pretty much covered everything we wanted to cover tonight. Did you have anything you wanted to add there?
No, that's all, other than thank you everybody for joining us. Thank you Randy Prassey again for taking your time to be with us. Greg Snyder, and everybody that has joined us, we really appreciate it.
Yeah, remember, we're the Scotchy Bourbon Boys. Remember, we're going to be at Kentucky Bourbon Festival. Join us down there. There are tickets still available. We have probably about 30 Scotchy Bourbon Boys. I'm going to try and do one night down in Kentucky Bourbon Festival at the place that we stay. We have a large fire pit in the back, and kind of get together maybe a Scotchy Bourbon Boy meeting when we're down there. We'll have to see as we go. That's kind of a cool thing. But remember, everybody, check us out at www.scotchybourbonboys.com for everything Scotchy Bourbon Boys. Make sure you support us on the Patreon, and then also check us out Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, Twitter, and TikTok.
Very good.
Also, that's your social media. All podcast formats. Remember, no matter where you listen or watch, make sure to
Make sure we are.
yeah, make sure you listen, like, and subscribe.
Subscribe. That's easy
And
for
listen,
you to
like,
say.
comment, and subscribe. Those are the four.
But only give us
important
good
things.
comments.
Yeah, but that's very important for people coming around and seeing us. So once again, everybody, we're the Scotchy Bourbon Boys.
Your opinion matters only if it's positive. Thank you. Yeah.
And remember, get out there and live your life, and make sure that you take chances and live dangerously. Good night, everybody.
Good night, everyone. Thank you.
Oh, show me the way to the next
whiskey bar. Oh, don't ask why. Oh, don't ask why. Show me the way to the next whiskey bar. Oh, don't ask why. Oh, don't ask why. For if we don't find the next whiskey bar, I tell you we must die. I tell you we must die. I tell you, I tell you, I tell you we must die.
All right. We're still on for Facebook and YouTube, folks, but that's the end of the official podcast.
Yes, and then
You know, think about this, Tiny. How does it happen that we throw together a whiskey podcast and all of a sudden we have two professional musicians do music for us for opening and closing, and they do it extremely well? I mean, that's just amazing that just came to be. And then we have all of our contacts, but some of our regular contacts, you know, Mr. Greg Snyder, Mr. Alan Bishop. Greg, you're not going to find a more experienced individual in the bourbon industry, or more knowledgeable, and yet he chooses to be a Scotchy Bourbon boy. And Alan Bishop, now, you know, he calls himself the lead alchemist. That's an understatement. I mean, what Alan does there at the Spirits of French Lick is just unbelievable. And by the way, if you haven't had a chance to catch his other podcast, his other interest, and it's one that's near and dear to my heart, is he has a podcast, If You Have Ghosts, You Have Everything. And it deals with ghosts and the paranormal. And it's quite interesting, a lot of history. His last one was about a man by the name of John Bowman, who was big in the southern Indiana Black Forest region for distilling. And as I said before, it threw in a lot of history, a lot about the Civil War, a little bit of John Hunt Morgan, and a little bit of supernatural. And it checked all of my boxes to hold my attention. It was really well presented. So if you get a chance to check that out again, that's Alan Bishop. If You Have Ghosts, You Have Everything.
Well, the other aspect is right behind us. You can see it. Let's see. Right there, the Alan Bishop Experience, which was a documentary filmed by Bo Cumberland about Alan Bishop and what he means and is to the distilling industry. And it is a very, very interesting documentary, which myself and Xavier and Super Nash are all were invited to be a part of.
They were invited to be a part of. Tiny and Super Nash actually had speaking parts. I really didn't. I was kind of like a ghost or a Bigfoot sighting through it. I would pass in and out of the frames, but it was a heck of a lot of fun to be part of, and we learned we learned what was involved with the making of
you had a
moonshine.
couple lines.
I had a couple lines.
Somebody has to be loud.
That's why I got in trouble so much when I was in elementary school.
Yeah.
I didn't talk any more than the rest of the kids, but I had this obnoxious voice.
But that's actually one of your lines when they shot the gun off, and we were all there. You're like, somebody had to be loud. Yeah, so you can hear yourself. You can hear yourself.
Yeah, that was just a ton of fun. And for number one, for Alan to invite us, and then to have us part of that documentary, and then to invite us to the premiere. We love you, brother. That was just awesome.
So that brings me, you were talking about two musicians doing stuff for us.
Oh my goodness.
Well,
yeah.
but on the bus trip, we're going to have the documentary filmer, Bo Cumberland.
Yeah.
So not only do we have the musicians, but we're going to have the professional, filmmaker do some filmmaking or documenting for us of this particular butt it's a butt trip. Come on.
I'm not sure I want to be part of that.
Yeah, I don't know if I want to be.
What the hell?
I'll just be falling on my butt all the
Well,
time.
the thing was, last year, and we've talked about this several times, was we were waiting in line to get out of the bus at, where was that? Was that it? That was
Reservation.
No, it wasn't at Preservation.
Yeah, where I fell out the bus?
No, I thought that was at Stephen
No,
Bean's
it was
place.
at Preservation because there was a gravel.
Okay, wherever.
It was
It was
Preservation.
there. So, we're standing in line on the bus, and we're watching Jeff go out the door. Then, as you turn your head and you look out the bus windows, you see Tiny, shooting out the bus door like somebody launched him, like a torpedo or something. And he goes finally across. So in a moment, you're like, oh my God. And then when you realized he was okay, you absolutely split your gut laughing. It was the funniest thing ever.
Yeah.
So now with 2 buses, you're going to have to do that twice.
Right. And then just
Right,
the tour, just so you know,
Yeah.
was Maker's Mark, Preservation, and Bardstown Bourbon Company. So the Limestone Branch Stephen Beam thing happened the day before, and I was able to stay on my feet that day.
Okay, I cross-pollinated that, so.
It's okay. No, it was.
That's what happens when you get old folks.
I hope at Preservation this year it's paved so that when I jump out, don't have to get up. I mean, the gravel, they tore my. I still have a little.
But
scar
you
from
saved your cell phone. He hits the ground. He's got his hand raised up with the phone, like got it. Just like when you see a Major League Baseball player make a catch, he goes sliding, and he's holding the glove up with the ball in it.
Yeah,
Jeff was holding his fist up with the phone.
I never.
It was just
I
awesome.
let my chest and everything try and hit. I did not want to break my phone. That's
no,
for
no,
sure.
he saved it. It was
So,
awesome.
anyways, I guess that brings us to the end of. We'll hit the YouTube, and then we'll do the end of everybody. Good night on YouTube.
Thank you, YouTube
Great podcast.
folks.
We're trying, folks. Good night.
Drinking bourbon, sipping on some scotch. We get a little wild at a shore